After a 5-2 loss in game one of today's doubleheader, Rogers State looks to rebound against St. Mary's and close out this season-opening Heartland Conference Series with a win. And to come out of this one with a sweep would be devastating for the Hillcats, so they'll put a lot on the line in this 9-inning game to close out this 3-game set and to end today's doubleheader. Hi, fans. Josh Haley back with you from the Diamond Sports Complex. Chilly day, a little bit windy, temperatures in the low 50s, bright and sunny day. And if you weren't with us in game one, the Hillcats fell to St. Mary's by a final score of 5-2. They were out hit 8-4. Here's your lineup for the closeout game of this 3-game series. For the St. Mary's Rattlers, Brian Ramirez will lead things off. The second baseman who played well. He was on base 3 times in game one and scored 3 runs. James Gillian, the DH, will bat second. Donnie Perez, the left fielder, will hit third. He had his team-leading 20th RBI in game one. Jack Kaiser, the first baseman, is the cleanup man. Jacob Aguilar, the third baseman, bats fifth. Bo Barnes, the catcher, hits sixth. Bryce Brandel, the center fielder, batting seventh. Zach Johnson is the right fielder, hitting eighth. He did not play in game one, but he saw action yesterday. And the shortstop, Jacob Arevalo, will bat ninth for the St. Mary's Rattlers, who come in 8-11, 2-0 in Heartland Conference play after the game one win just moments ago. Rogers State comes in 13-7, 0-2 in Heartland Conference play. And the Hillcats will send right-hander Devlin Zakar to the mound for this game 3 start. Zakar, the right-hander for Rogers State, a senior, 6'1", 200-pounder out of Honolulu, Hawaii. Hawaii Pacific transfer Devlin Zakar gets the start to close out this conference series, and they've got it on his shoulders, do the Hillcats, but they're going to have to get some run support in this game as well. Devlin Zakar this season has really transitioned nicely to Rogers State, 2.35 ERA. He'll make his 6th start today. 23 innings pitched for Zakar, 13 strikeouts and just 2 walks. He is very much in control when he's out there on the mound. Good accuracy from Devlin Zakar, the first-year Hillcat. Repeating the lineup for St. Mary's: Ramirez, Gillian, Perez, Kaiser, Aguilar, Barnes, Brandel, Johnson, and Arevalo. Home plate umpire Tracy Rolls. Lynn Berry is in the field for this closeout game of the 3-game series between Rogers State and St. Mary's, as these two both open up Heartland Conference play yesterday. The series moved up because of some bad weather expected tomorrow. And we're ready to go. Right-handed hitter Brian Ramirez steps in. Right-hander Devlin Zakar deals the first pitch right down Main Street at 3:38 here local time in Claremore. First pitch of game 2 is a strike to Brian Ramirez. Here's the 0-1. Ramirez swinging a drive to left field. This hooking well foul, but that ball was crushed. Would have got out of here if it would have stayed fair. Wind is blowing from the left pole to the right pole today, exactly the opposite of what we had yesterday. Rogers State in the red jersey, says Hillcats in cursive letters across the chest. They're white navy numbers on the front and back with white trim, white pants for the Hillcats with a thin blue navy pinstripe down the white pants. Navy caps with a red bill and the Hillcat head on the front. St. Mary's yellow jersey says St. Mary's in white letters on the front and white pants. 1-2, called strike 3 on the upper outside corner. Devlin Zakar gets the strikeout to retire Brian Ramirez for out number 1 here in the top of the first. That's a good start for the Hillcats and Devlin Zakar. Brings James Gillian, the DH, to the plate. Rogers State defensively, Sam Davison at first, Chris Miguel at second, Ishmael Orozco at short, Matt Subert at third. Jason Marley is the catcher in game 2. And the first pitch to James Gillian misses up high. The outfield for Rogers State: Jordan Garr in left, Sam Castanelli in center, Bradley Degnan in right field. Only defensive changes are Marley in replace of Hall at catcher, and in center field, Castanelli for Douglas for the Hillcats. That's the difference from game 1 to game 2. Only change for St. Mary's from game 1 to 2 is the right fielder is now Zach Johnson. It was Bryce Brandel in game 1 who shifts over to center here for game 2. 2-0 pitch to James Gillian. Fly ball down the right field line, and this is going to fall in for a base hit just inside the line in front of Bradley Degnan, who was charging towards it. Wind continued to push it towards the line, and it finally fell in about 3 feet in fair territory. 1-out single for James Gillian.
Now batting number 19, Tom Perez.
Here's Donnie Perez. The left fielder, Donnie Perez, his team leading 20th RBI in game 1. Big breaking ball that misses outside from Zakar on the first pitch. Perez 0 for 3 with an RBI in game 1. He also leads the team in homers with 4, tied for the team lead in doubles with 7, including 1 yesterday. 1-0. Fastball, blew it right by him. Swing and a miss. It's crucial the Hillcats shut St. Mary's down early in this game. The early run support has been the key for the Rattlers. They got 5 runs in the first inning in yesterday's opener. They got 2 runs in the first of today's game 1 of the doubleheader and 2 more in the second inning. Early run support has been the key. The Hillcats have been playing from behind the whole time. So no mistakes, clean baseball, and good defense here needed for the Hillcats to start things off, as it's a 2-1 count now to Donnie Perez. James Gillian stands on first with 1 out here in the top of the first. Zakar's 2-1 pitch. Line drive towards right center. Castanelli runs over, lays out, and it's past his glove, and it will roll all the way to the wall. Gillian's headed for second, rounding third base now, and coming in to score as Donnie Perez cruises into second with a double. And just what we said couldn't happen has happened. Early run support for St. Mary's. It's a 1 run across on the double for Donnie Perez and his team leading 21st RBI. Here's the cleanup man, Jack Kaiser. Zakar looks at the runner Perez at second. Now a second look. And now deals the pitch to the left-handed hitter Kaiser. Misses outside. Zakar looking closely at Perez at second, now deals, and Kaiser lifts a high fly ball down the right field line. Degnan runs over right in front of the fence and makes the catch just a foot in front of the wall. That was sent right down the line where it's 3:10 to put one out of here, and Kaiser hit it 3:05 as it came down. Tagging up and going to third is Donnie Perez. As St. Mary's down to their final out here in the top of the first. Here's Jacob Aguilar. First pitch, breaking ball, misses outside to Jacob Aguilar. Junior from El Paso, Texas. Another pitch, missing low and away. 2-0 to Aguilar. Rogers State starter in game 1 of today's doubleheader was Spencer Bivens. Another right-hander for Rogers State who was undefeated on the season, coming in 4-0 with a good ERA. 2-0, skied up, shallow, straightaway center field. Running on, Castanelli loses his hat but makes the catch. And the Hillcats out of the inning. St. Mary's gets a run on 2 hits. Rogers State coming to bat. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore supports the broadcast of RSU Hillcat Athletics. The Hammett House offers a variety of entrees, including country fried steak, lamb and turkey fries, pamper fried chicken, and a daily selection of homemade pies. Located next to the Will Rogers Memorial in Claremore, just down the hill from RSU. Online at thehammetthouse.com. The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore, a proud supporter of the RSU Hillcats.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
Of the first here in the closeout game of this three-game series after St. Mary's puts one run on the board in the top of the first. They've scored in the first inning now in all three games of this series. Here's your Hillcat lineup. Matt Subert, the third baseman, leads things off. Sam Davison, the first baseman, will hit second. Bradley Degnan, the right fielder and the team's home run and RBI leader, bats third. Chris Miguel, the second baseman, is in the cleanup spot for Rogers State. He had a 10-game hit streak snapped in game one, but he did drive in a run. Jason Marley, the catcher, bats fifth. Ishmael Orozco, the shortstop, bats sixth. Derek Brumble in the DH spot, batting seventh. Left fielder Jordan Garr hits eighth, and Sam Casanelli, the Hillcats center fielder, will bat ninth as the Hillcats get their first look at right-hander Mason Minister. He makes his first collegiate start today. Tall pitcher on the mound, Mason Minister for St. Mary's. The right-hander ready to deal to Matt Subert, and he puts a strike right down the middle on the first pitch. Mason Minister, a 6'3", 175-pound freshman out of San Antonio, a hometown kid for St. Mary's. Breaking ball misses low and away. Minister coming in with a 14.29 ERA, 1-1, swing and a miss. But the third starter has been kind of a revolving door for St. Mary's. You look at their roster, and there's two guys with significant starts. Those were the first two starters in this series, and then after that, handful of guys with starts. And the 1-2 called strike three on Subert. Out number one here in the bottom of the first, and it brings Sam Davison to the plate. This is the fifth appearance overall of the season for Mason Minister. In his previous four relief appearances, 5 2/3 innings logged, 5 strikeouts, 6 walks. And opponents have hit .444 against him. Deals the first pitch to Davison. Swing and a sky-high ball into shallow left center. Running over into the gap is Donnie Perez, the left fielder, and he makes the catch. 2 down. Bradley Degnan to the plate for Rogers State. 2 outs and the base is empty. Here in the bottom of the first inning, St. Mary's leading 1-0.
Play the right fielder, number 22, Bradley Degnan.
First pitch to the left-handed hitter, Degnan. Takes it for a strike. Degnan really likes the wind blowing out this direction that it is today from the left pole to the right, unlike yesterday. Favors the only left-handed bat in this lineup. And Degnan takes the 0-1 outside, count even up. Strike on the outside edge. It's a 1-2 count now. Minister's 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Mason Minister retires the Hillcats in order in the bottom of the first inning. After one, St. Mary's leads Rogers State 1-0. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
I need my checking account to be like my morning coffee. Easy and now please. That's why I love checking with TTCU. With a free checking account, there's no minimum balance, no hidden fees. I can snap a photo of a check and deposit it. Easy. Add direct deposit and, based on your balances, you could earn more free services, even extra dividends. TTCU has paid more than $20 million in member rewards. Now that's grande. Freebies and rewards? Check. At TTCU.
We enter the second inning here in Claremore. Rogers State trails St. Mary's 1-0. There's right-hander Devlin Zakar, who retakes the mound for Rogers State here in this second inning. Gave up a base hit and then a double to drive in the only run so far in this game in the first inning. That came with 1 out, and then Zakar got flyouts to retire the next 2 hitters. Here's Bo Barnes to lead things off, 6th spot in the order. Hit his first homer of the season yesterday, did Barnes. Jumps on the first pitch here. And a line drive foul on the first base side. Bo Barnes, the senior from Dallas. El Paso Community College transfer, where he was an all-conference selection there. Plus 300 average in both seasons there. 0-1 popped up down the right field side. Foul, drifting foul, and out of play in the Hillcat bullpen. Barnes down 0-2 to start this at bat in the second inning. So game 1 yesterday, Rogers State fell to St. Mary's 6-3. And in game 1 of today's doubleheader, Hillcats falling 5-2 in the 7-inning affair. This one, of course, scheduled for 9. And the 0-2 misses up high. Another foul out of play, right field side. 1-2 count to Bo Barnes, the leadoff man here in the second inning. And Zakar will step off the rubber, recompose himself on the hill for Rogers State. 1-2, hard line drive hit into right field. Degnan settles under it and makes the catch. Degnan just had to move a little bit to his left to be in position. Out number 1 here in the second. And Bryce Brandel, the batter for St. Mary's. First pitch strike to Bryce Brandel. Can really tell the way the wind is blowing by the way the outfielders are positioned, especially with this left-handed hitter, Bryce Brandel. Ground ball to first. Sam Davison's got it. He'll run over and tag first himself for out number 2. The left fielder, Jordan Garr, was way in for that at bat to Brandel, and right fielder Degnan was all the way back about 10 feet in front of the wall. The wind angled that direction. Now they kind of even themselves out as a right-handed hitter, Zach Johnson, steps in. First pitch, breaking ball, bounces past the glove of Marley to Zach Johnson, who started yesterday, redshirt junior out of Austin, Texas. Johnson was 0 for 3 before they brought in Oscar Betancourt to replace him in the outfield in a defensive strategy in the 8th inning. Strike fired into Johnson, count even at 1. One, breaking ball left up high. Zach Johnson, a .262 hitter, makes his 14th start here today. He's got 2 RBI on the season, 11 hits, none of which are extra base, as this is out of play down the right side. Count even up to 2 to Johnson. Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 1-0. We're in the top of the second inning. 2 outs and no one aboard for the Rattlers. Hillcat pitcher Devlin Zakar deals the 2-2. Hard line drive into center field, falls in for a base hit. Sam Casanelli, the center fielder, broke hard towards it, but eventually he had to throw the brakes on, knowing that ball was going to fall in, so that he had a reasonable hop to get it on.
Now number 2, Jacob Arevalo.
Jacob Arevalo, the shortstop, at the bottom of the order. The batter now, right-handed hitter, awaits. Fastball low and away. The first pitch to Arevalo, who's really made an impact in his first season as the starting shortstop, redshirt sophomore out of San Antonio. Appeared in 16 games last year, just 5 starts, and he is the man in that defensive 6 spot as he smokes a foul ball on the ground off the screen in front of his own dugout on the third base side. 1-1 the count. Arevalo has been at the bottom of the order in both games, hitless in this series, but he's only had 3 official at-bats. He's drawn a walk. He's been asked to lay down a sacrifice bunt here and there. Hit by a pitch, reached on an error. Two-1 to Arevalo. Skies it out of play down the right field side. Count even at 2 with 2 outs and 1 aboard here in the top of the second for St. Mary's, who leads Rogers State 1-0. Heartland Conference scoreboard update. Lubbock Christian gets a 6-2 win at Oklahoma Christian to close out that series, and Lubbock Christian wins the series 2-1. St. Edwards wins at Newman 9-1. They sweep the Jets. 2-2, breaking ball misses down low. Arkansas Fort Smith hosting Texas A&M International. They won game 1 yesterday. And they are just underway in game 2 of a doubleheader today. Foul ball on the ground, third base side. Three-two from Zakar, bounces to the catcher Marley. It's a 2-out walk to Jacob Arevalo. First walk issued by Devlin Zakar. Just the 3rd walk he's issued all year long in 24 2/3 innings pitched to date. Moves Zach Johnson to second, and we return to the top of the order. Here's Brian Ramirez. Zakar looks at Johnson at second and ready to deal now to Ramirez. Misses down low with the first pitch. He got Ramirez looking to start this game. And a final score now from game 1 today for Texas A&M International at Arkansas Fort Smith. UAFS wins 4-2, so they are now up 2-0 in that series with game 3 just underway in the first, and Fort Smith with a giant 6-0 lead now in the first inning. So the Lions will go for that series sweep. 1-0 misses from Zakar. Brian Ramirez ahead 2-0. This St. Mary's team picked to finish 3rd in the preseason Heartland poll. St. Edwards, who's won the last 3 tournaments and regular season titles, picked to win it. 2-0, driven to the gap in left center field. This is way back, and it's down, chased down by Casanelli. In to score is Johnson, and here comes Arevalo home, and there's no play at the plate. 2 out, 2 RBI double for Brian Ramirez. Boy, this guy Ramirez was ice cold yesterday, 0 for 5 at the plate. And today in game 1, 2 for 2 with a walk, an RBI, 3 runs scored, and now he tees off for the double for Ramirez. That's his 6th double of the season. He had one in game 1 as well. And his 10th and 11th RBI of the season. James Gillian fouls the first pitch back and out of play. 3-0 lead for St. Mary's. We're in the top of the second inning. 2 outs, runner on second. Zakar, beautiful breaking ball in for a strike. Zakar looks, and Ramirez at second. Now deals the 0-2. Breaking ball just off the outside. .35 ERA on the year for Devlin Zakar, whose longest outing of the year came in his last start 1 week ago against College of the Ozarks here at home. 0-2, called strike 3 on the outside edge. 1-2 pitch goes home for Zakar, and the Hillcats get out of the second, but not before St. Mary's adds 2 on 2 hits. They leave 1 stranded, but they lead this game 3-0. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hey, Red Green here. If you've never seen the Red Green Show, no one can possibly...
There. I really like these little creatures. They bring a lot of joy to my life.
Job.
Doing what?
Worked in a mortuary, embalming cadavers and organs. Hi, I'm Bill Curtis. You're watching RSU Public TV.
Just the two of us, building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives, and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? How we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
Leading off for the Hillcats, number 21, Chris Miguel.
Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 3-0 as the Hillcats come to bat in the bottom of the second inning. Chris Miguel will lead things off for the Hillcats. First pitch from Mason Minister. Misses for ball 1 to Miguel. Mason Minister, the right-hander, if you're just joining us, a freshman making his first collegiate start. Fastball, Miguel towers it up, foul territory, third base side. And reaching back to his left, Aguilar, the third baseman, makes the catch as he goes to the ground. He was running up towards the screen in front of the St. Mary's dugout, third base side, and then reached back at the last moment the direction the wind is blowing and able to bring it in. One down here in the bottom of the second. Here's Jason Marley. Showing bunt, quickly pulls it back. As it missed for ball 1. Next pitch just misses. 2-0 the count to Marley. This pitcher, Mason Minister, out of San Antonio. His last outing, February 28th. 2-0, swing and a miss by Marley. February 28th game at Houston Victoria. Went 1 inning in relief, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout, no walks. Marley, the 2-1, skies it up. Mid-depth right field. Under it, Zach Johnson makes the catch. Out number 2 here in the second.
Now batting, number 3, Ishmael Orozco.
Two outs, bases empty for Ishmael Orozco. First pitch fastball for a strike to Orozco. Next pitch misses. Here comes the 1-1. Fouled back out of play. Longest relief outing of the year, 2 2/3 innings back on February 19th for Mason Minister. Surrendered 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned against Texas A&M Kingsville. His other 3 relief outings have all been an even 1 inning. Bouncing ball towards short. To his left goes Arevalo. Throw to first is dug out on a hop by Kaiser for out number 3. Hillcats 6 batters and 6 outs. Mason Minister, the right-hander, keeps the Hillcats off the base paths again. Rogers State trails 3-0 as we head to the 3rd. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
People often ask me, John, how do you do it? Still making pizzas after 30 years. Seriously, guys?
It ain't rocket science. It ain't physics.
It's pizza.
And I love pizza.
Get any large one-topping pizza for only $10 and add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
We're cooking dinner. Dinner is the most important meal of the day.
We can cater to everybody's needs, whether you want a burger, whether you want chicken.
Dinner's special for me and my family because it's the one meal out of the day that we get to spend together.
It's the perfect end to a good day.
Win or lose, we're coming to Whataburger after a game.
Whataburger for dinner. If we're not on your way home, you're going the wrong way.
My name is Tatiana, and I would love to cook you dinner.
Back here at the Diamond Sports Complex, where the wind continues to gust about 20 miles an hour from the left field pole to the right. Much different than yesterday, where it was blowing from right to left, and the temperature is much different as well. It was 80 degrees yesterday at our first pitch, and the temperature right now in Claremore at 55 degrees. Cooler than that on the field with the wind, though. Hillcats down 3-0 as we begin the 3rd. First batter, Donnie Perez, as the heart of the order to bat for St. Mary's here in this 3rd. Perez takes ball 1 from Hillcat right-hander Devlin Zakar. Perez tees off on the 1-0, driven to deep left center field, way back, and it's off the wall. Fielding it on a good hop is Gar. Throw to second, this might be in time, and it is. How about that from Jordan Gar and Chris Miguel covering second. That ball crushed to left center field, and it hit the wall and bounced right back to Gar, who just kept his momentum going as he pivoted and fired it back into the infield. And they get Perez on the leg on a foot-first slide into second.
Now batting number 35, Jack Kaiser.
Here's Jack Kaiser. That was the 5th hit of the game for St. Mary's. They lead Rogers State 3-0. First pitch misses to the left-handed hitter, Jack Kaiser. Next pitch up high. 2-0. Kaiser, a deep fly out to right field. Back in the 1st inning, missed a home run by about 5 feet. Hard line drive into right for a base hit. Hillcat starter Devlin Zakar mentioned the starter a week ago for Rogers State against College of the Ozarks in a 4-1 Hillcat victory. Scattered 6 hits, gave up 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts, no walks for Zakar. Here's Jacob Aguilar to the plate. Swings at the first pitch to the feet of Subert. He got a glove on it, but it sneaks through into shallow left field. That ball was blistered right down at the feet of Subert, and he stuck his glove down just to get a piece of it. So much pace on it, still rolled through and into left.
Now batting number 9.
Will be scored as a hit, as Kaiser stopped at second. Two aboard with one out here in the top of the third for St. Mary's. Bo Barnes, the batter for St. Mary's. Lined out to right his first time up. And asked for timeout at the plate just before Zakar is ready to deliver. First pitch down in the dirt, bounces away from Marley. He'll pick up and think about throwing to third, and then he'll just hold on to it as the ball bounced third base side and the runners took off. But Kaiser got a pretty good jump on it, and Marley just held on to it. St. Mary's leads 3-0, top of the third. Runners on second and third with one out. 1-0 pitch to Bo Barnes. Jammed on the inside of the bat, popped back, and it drifts out of play. Bo Barnes at El Paso Community College, an all-conference player. Last season, 21 starts, 36 games played for St. Mary's. Logged a .258 average, a .417 on base percentage. Takes the 1-1 up high. Had 2 doubles and 9 RBI for St. Mary's. Arkansas Fort Smith leading Texas A&M International 6-0 in the second final game of that series. High fly ball, deep right field. Degnan brings it in 10 feet in front of the wall and tries to fire a missile over to third, but not in time, as moving to third is Aguilar, and Kaiser comes home to score. Sac fly off the bat of Bo Barnes. His 11th RBI of the season.
Now batting number 18, Bryce Brandel.
4-0 lead for St. Mary's now. 2 outs here in the third. Here's Bryce Brandel. First pitch breaks inside at the knees. Brandel 0 for 1 in this game. Brandel, who has had a hit in each of the first 2 games of this series now, really came in struggling. He was 3 of his last 26. As he fouls one back, evens the count at 1. I had a bunt single in game 1 yesterday and a base hit to finish 1 for 3 in today's opening game of the doubleheader. Takes a strike, 1-2 the count. It's the guy in Bryce Brandel, the redshirt junior, one of the few players a part of the series that St. Mary's played here at Rogers State in 2015 to open the conference season. St. Mary's won all 3 games. Hillcats won the series last year to open the season down in San Antonio, 2-1. All-time series, including the 2 wins this season, St. Mary's leads Rogers State 8-3. 1-2. Skied up down the right field line. Degnan runs over, and it hits off the top of the wall, foul territory, and bounces out of play. Davison and Miguel made the runs as well, but Degnan was the closest one to it. Still plenty out of his reach, though. Keeps the count 1-2 to Bryce Brandel. 1-2 to Brandel. Down in the dirt, bounces away from Marley to his left, but the runner, Aguilar, stays put at third base. Evens the count at 2. So with all the updates in the conference scoreboard, 2 series are now complete. Lubbock Christian takes 2 of 3 at Oklahoma Christian. St. Edwards sweeps the series at Newman. St. Mary's has already won this series by winning the first 2 games, meaning the road team has won 3 of the first 4 series. High fly ball into left field. Gar ran back, and as he tried to cut back towards the infield, he lost his footing and fell down, and it falls in. That costs the Hillcats a run as Aguilar's in to score. $5-0 lead for St. Mary's.
Now batting number 40,
Zach Johnson steps in with 2 outs. First pitch just catches the lower outside corner for a strike, and Johnson lets off a little bit of a nod of the head. I don't think it was in agreement. I think it was more of just, all right, I'll take it, let's go. The 0-1, breaking ball, misses up high. One delivered in for a strike from Devlin Zakar. First-year player Zakar, but a senior. He's been around, played at Hawaii Pacific, played at Lewisburg College. Sharp one-hopper through the left side for a base hit, just out of the reach of Subert as Bryce Brandel will round third and come in to score. 2-out RBI hit off the bat of Zach Johnson, his second hit of the game. Hillcat head coach Chris Klimas making his way out to the mound, and it looks like Roger State will be forced into their bullpen early in this game, into the third. Indeed they will. We'll take a break, tell you about the new pitcher when we return. Hillcats down 6-0 here in the top of the third inning. This is Roger State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hey, Red Green here. If you've never seen the Red Green Show, no one can possibly...
There. I really like these little creatures. They bring a lot of joy to my life.
Job.
Doing what?
Worked in a mortuary, embalming cadavers and organs. Hi, I'm Bill Curtis. You're watching RSU Public TV.
Just the two of us, building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too.
Well, the Hillcats forced to their bullpen here in the top of the third inning, trailing 6-0. Out of the pen comes Josh Eklavea, pitching for his third consecutive day for the Hillcats. And right out of the gate, facing the bottom of the order, Jacob Arevalo with 2 outs here in the top of the third. First pitch in there for a strike to Arevalo. Day is done for Devlin Zakar, 2 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Right now 6 runs, but is responsible, of course, for the runner on first, Zach Johnson. 63 pitches, 38 for strikes for Devlin Zakar. 1-1. Breaking ball. It's a bouncer towards third. Subert to his left, picks it up, throws to first for the out. Hillcats get out of the inning as Eclavea comes out of the bullpen. 3 runs in the top of the third for St. Mary's as they tally 5 hits. They lead this game 6-0. This is Rogers State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore supports the broadcast of RSU Hillcat Athletics. The Hammett House offers a variety of entrees including country fried steak, lamb and turkey fries, pamper fried chicken, and a daily selection of homemade pies. Located next to the Will Rogers Memorial in Claremore, just down the hill from RSU. Online at thehammetthouse.com. The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore, a proud supporter of the RSU Hillcats.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
We enter the bottom of the third inning here in Claremore. Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 6-0 as the Rattlers tack on 3 runs in the top of the third and force the Hillcats to their bullpen. Hillcats looking for their first base runners. They come to the plate here in the bottom of the third. The DH, Derek Brumble, to lead things off. Right-handed hitter takes a first pitch strike from the right-hander Mason Minister. Freshman making his first collegiate start. Brumble, a high hopper towards second base, trying to backhand it is Ramirez, and he can't hold on. Brumble's aboard to lead off this third for the Hillcats. Ramirez, the second baseman, charged over to the base and tried to backhand it as it hopped over second base. And it just popped right out of his glove. That will be scored as a hit. I think that's the right call, even if he brings that in. Took him such a long time to get there. Brumble would have been at first base safe anyway. Here's Jordan Garr to the plate. Sharp ground ball on the first one to second. Ramirez flips to second for one. Relay to first over the head of the first baseman Kaiser. And bounces right back to him off the screen in front of the Hillcat dugout. So a fielder's choice. 4-6 retires Brumble at second base. Here's Sam Casanelli for Rogers State. Didn't play in game 1. Played in yesterday's game. Finished 0 for 2, but walked twice and scored a run. And the pitch to the catcher Barnes, and he's shaking off his right hand. He's got a stinger. The ball tipped off and bounced and got him on the hand. So they'll come out and check on the catcher, Bo Barnes. Coach and trainer out there looking at the right hand of the catcher, Bo Barnes. Well, your game reset if you're just joining us. Hillcats gave up a run in the first. James Gillian with a one-out single, Donnie Perez with an RBI double. 2 more in the second for St. Mary's on a 2-out, 2 RBI double by Brian Ramirez. And then 3 more in the top of the third inning. Well, Barnes appears to be fine. He's going to stay in the game. That's good news. Never want to see anybody hurt, especially when it's something like that right at the plate. Kind of an awkward thing you don't see very often on the throwing hand of the catcher getting injured at home plate, but that was the case. And as Barnes throws back to the pitcher, doesn't appear to be in any pain, but he still continues to kind of shake that right hand, kind of shaking the stinging out of it. Sam Casanelli down 0-2. 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the third for Rogers State. That pitch just misses. And as Barnes delivers the throw back to the pitcher, Minister, he had to step backwards off the mound towards second base to bring it in. It was high. One, two, just missed outside. Mason Minister making his 5th appearance of the season, but his first collegiate start. Breaking ball, jams Castanelli, who fouls it off the top of the Hillcat clubhouse. Mason Minister came in with a 14.29 ERA. Runner going on the 2-2 and lined into right center for a base hit, and Jordan Garr had the shortstop, Jacob Arevalo, stand right in his way as he tried to round second base, and Garr just kept his momentum going and shoved Arevalo out of the way and made it to third base. And the umpire pointed at it, I think, as to say, if anything should go wrong here, you'll be at third base, Mr. Garr, who made it there anyway. But the hit and run executed perfectly. Castanelli with the base hit, and the Hillcats have runners on the corners with one out. Back to the top of the order we go. Here's Matt Subert. Fouls the first pitch back and out of play. Got to meet Matt's dad, Ed, who made it in to Claremore for this series. Always nice to meet the players' families. And if you have plans to make it out to the ballpark this season, would love to meet you as well if you haven't been here already. The 0-1 missing up high. You also have questions about the broadcast or about Hillcat baseball or something for us to ask Coach Klimas in the postgame, you can tweet me at JHALEY17. That's at JHaley17. Very privileged and honored the Hillcats have me here for my 6th season to call Hillcat baseball and softball here on the Hillcat Network, and soon to be on RSU Radio as well. First game on RSU Radio will be Tuesday, February 21st. That is after spring break wraps up, and we have student support there at RSU Radio to help. So the games continue on the Hillcat Network and also on 91.3 FM RSU Radio. Next pitch misses to Subert, low and away. Hillcats down 6-0, trying to get on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Runners on the corners and one out. Trying to break through against the freshman Mason Minister on the mound. Right-hander deals. Subert a drive to the gap in left center. Trying to track it down is Perez on the run. He reaches out and he made a basket catch. What a play. Garr smartly stays on third and tags up and comes in to score, but that is some kind of catch by Donnie Perez in left field. Had a dead sprint towards the gap and then just reached out with his glove right in front of the ground, maybe a foot or two off the ground to make that catch on the run.
Now batting number 2, Sam.
So the Hillcats on the board, but still trailing 6-1, and you look at that and you say, glad a run scored, but man, this has been a game of inches, a series of inches. Runner going on the first pitch, and it's no throw down to second. Stolen base for Sam Castanelli. Quick word from Barnes, the catcher, to Minister, the pitcher. That RBI for Matt Subert, his 15th of the year. But if that falls in, still only one out and a chance to score more runs and another base runner as well. But just little things in this series that you're talking about mere inches away, that if they go the other way towards Rogers State, this series might be different right now. But then again, that's the game of baseball, though, isn't it? The 0-2 to Davison, just missed up high. One-two to Davison, just missed off the lower outside edge. By the way, that stolen base for Sam Castanelli, the first of his Hillcat career. 2-2 pitch upstairs. It's a full count to Sam Davison with 2 outs and a runner on second here in the bottom of the third. Payoff pitch, misses low and away, and Davison's aboard. First walk issued by Mason Minister. And the Hillcats have runners on first and second with 2 outs now for Bradley Degnan. And we'll see a coaching visit to the mound here. Pitching coach Chris Ermis makes his way out to talk with the freshman Mason Minister, who again is making his first ever collegiate start. He retired the Hillcats in order in the first and second innings. This third started off with an infield single by Derek Brumble. Jordan Garr reached on a fielder's choice that retired Brumble. Castanelli with a base hit. Matt Subert with a sacrifice fly to drive in Jordan Garr. And most recently, Sam Davison drawing the walk. There's no action in the St. Mary's bullpen right now. But the Hillcats trying to break through and get back in this game. It's the same story as in the first 2 games of this series. Roger State just playing catch up. They were down 5-0 yesterday after the first. Down 4-1 today after the second. Minister looks at the runner at second, now deals the first pitch to Degnan, who slices it out of play, left field side. Degnan went down swinging to end the first inning. Mason Minister, this pitcher out of San Antonio, went to Smithson Valley High School. Degnan, another foul ball, this time back out of play. Oh, 2, high and tight to Degnan. Degnan entered the day with a .368 average. Team leader in RBI with 25 and home runs with 6. Hit his 6th home run on Wednesday. 22-17 win for Roger State at Pittsburg State. Second win in a week over that Pittsburg State team as Degnan fouls another one back out of play. The Hillcats didn't know until Wednesday they were going to move this series up to yesterday for a start. But with the bad weather expected tomorrow, it was a great decision. Tarleton State was the opponent for St. Mary's on Wednesday down in Stephenville, Texas. 6-2 loss for St. Mary's. 1-2, high and away. St. Mary's made the bus ride up yesterday morning. It's about a 6-hour drive from Stephenville, Texas to here in Claremore, Oklahoma. Hillcats had about a 2-hour drive home on Wednesday night from Pittsburg State in a game that took over 4 hours to complete. (2-2). Degnan ropes it foul down the right field line. Stays in play, but well foul. Battling here against Mason Minister, trying to keep this inning going for the Hillcats with runners on first and second. First run across here in this third inning for the Hillcats, courtesy of a sac fly for Matt Subert. Minister's 2-2, high and away again. Well, with the team lead in RBI and 6 home runs, Degnan's done a lot at the plate offensively, but I tell you, some of the things that have been equally impressive for the junior Degnan is his discipline at the plate and his ability to battle. The things he hasn't even done with his bat. stand out as some of the more impressive things. Another foul ball. Bouncer into the Hillcat dugout. So he'll see another payoff pitch. Hillcats down 6-1, bottom of the third, being out hit 9-2 here in the closeout game of this 3-game series. Payoff pitch, fouled back and out of play again. Hillcats really looking at this game, at least on paper, as kind of a desperation game. You really can't afford to be swept in the opening series, especially against a team that you fully expect to be competing with you for one of those 4 spots to make the Heartland Conference tournament in this 9-team league. You have 8 series, you play 24 games, so you start off in the hole that big, and you've got a lot of makeup work to do. Degnan, another foul ball, back out of play. This is some kind of at bat for Degnan. He's working the pitch count up for Mason Minister as well in the process. St. Mary's bullpen is pretty much intact, though. Their starter yesterday, Holden Grounds, a complete game victory, 9 innings to get the win. And, of course, they needed their closer, Trent Russo, for just 1 batter in game 1 of today's doubleheader to get the save. Payoff pitch, breaks inside and hits Degnan in the right thigh. That is a great plate appearance by Bradley Degnan. Just continued to battle, continued to stay alive. And it loads them up here for the cleanup man, Chris Miguel. Had this situation in game 1, they were loaded for Miguel with 2 outs. St. Mary's retired him. Miguel this season is 1 for 3 when the bases are loaded. First pitch, fastball, misses up high. These are the situations in this series that have gone the way of St. Mary's. If you were with us yesterday in the postgame, head coach Chris Klimas said that he told his team after the game there were 2 turning points in that game, and one of them was when they had the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. 1-0 pitch, misses up high. You don't have to take the bat off your shoulders to help your team here if you're Chris Miguel, and you know he's going to make Minister throw him a strike. Ahead 2-0 in the count. Doesn't mean he doesn't have the green light, though. 2-0 pitch, misses up high. Hillcats down 6-1, bottom of the third, bases are loaded. 2 outs, but Chris Miguel way ahead in the count, 3-0. Fastball, right down the pipe. 3-1 pitch. Everyone knew it was coming. Makes it a little bit easier on the pitcher to throw that fastball right down the middle. Now what happens? 3-1 with the bases loaded. Another fastball right down the middle. 3rd consecutive batter that's worked a full count against the freshman Mason Minister, and he has got himself in a tight spot here in his first collegiate start. Miguel, the senior who led the team in homers last year with 9. Runners going on the payoff pitch, and it misses up high, ball 4. Miguel drives in a run with the walk as Sam Casanelli in to score for the Hillcats, who now trail 6-2, and they get Jason Marley to the plate. There is action going on in the St. Mary's bullpen, and a sign just delivered from the dugout to the bullpen. A cap came off from the dugout, and then a cap came off in the bullpen to acknowledge. First pitch to Marley, misses up high. One 0 to Marley. Pops it up, drifting right side, and gets out of play off to the right. This inning started with an infield single by Derek Brumble. Jordan Garr reached on a fielder's choice that retired Brumble. Casanelli with a base hit. Matt Subert with a sac fly. And since then, it's been walk, hit by pitch, and walk. 1-1, swing and a miss. Marley flied out to right field in his first at bat against this right-handed pitcher, Mason Minister. Marley's the 8th batter of the inning. And with the bases loaded, trying to come through for his team. 1 of 3 this year with the bases loaded for Jason Marley. 1-2, called strike 3 on the top edge. Minister gets out of it with minimal damage. The Hillcats get 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, but they leave them loaded. They trail 6-2 as we head to the 4th here in Claremore. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
I need my checking account to be like my morning coffee. Easy and now please. That's why I love checking with TTCU. With a free checking account, there's no minimum balance, no hidden fees. I can snap a photo of a check and deposit it. Easy. Add direct deposit and, based on your balances, you could earn more free services, even extra dividends. TTCU has paid more than $20 million in member rewards. Now that's grande. Freebies and rewards? Check. At TTCU.
The Hillcat Network as we enter the 4th inning here in Claremore. Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 6-2. Top of the order for the Rattlers here to start the 4th. Here is Brian Ramirez as Josh Eklevea returns to the mound for the Hillcats. Beautiful breaking ball for a strike on the first pitch. Devlin Zakar, the Hillcats starter, replaced by Eklevea with 2 outs in the 3rd. The 0-1. Swung on, just got a piece off the end of the bat, did Ramirez. Zakar, 2 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Through 63 pitches, 38 for strikes before giving way to Eklevea, who is pitching for Rogers State now for the 3rd consecutive day. But you think it phases him, you've got another thing coming. One-two now to Brian Ramirez, leadoff man here in the 4th. Fastball bounces to the plate. Josh Eklevea making his 8th appearance of the year and his 5th in relief. 20 2/3 innings he's logged for the Hillcats, 14 strikeouts, 7 walks. As this is turned on and a high fly ball hit deep down the left field line, curling foul, and it is just foul. That wind blowing from left to right helped keep that thing interesting. Two, just missed inside. It's a full count now to Brian Ramirez, leadoff man for St. Mary's here in the top of the 4th. Yesterday, Eklevea came on and pitched the final 2 1/3 innings for the Hillcats. Gave up just 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs, 1 strikeout. 3-2, fouled back to the screen. Against Pittsburgh State on Wednesday, Eklevea was the starter. 1 2/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 of those earned, 1 strikeout and 2 walks as the Hillcats defeated Pittsburgh State 22-17. 2 runs shy of tying the single game record for Rogers State. They beat Oklahoma Christian 24-8. Back in their NAIA days, as another foul ball on the ground, 3rd base side. So even though Eklevea gave up 5 runs and 4 earned in 1 2/3, it was just a day where no pitcher was safe. The wind blowing out at about 30 miles an hour to the outfield. Hillcats hit 7 home runs as a team. popped up on the third 3-2 pitch on the mound. Eclavea has got it for out number 1.
Now, plate number 5, James Gilligan.
James Gillian, the DH, steps in now. 1 out, bases empty. Hillcats trailing 6-2. We're in the top of the 4th. Another first pitch breaking ball from Eclavea, but left inside to Gillian, the DH. Redshirt senior out of Denton, Texas, transferred from Arkansas Little Rock. 2-hopper to third, and it dies on the edge of the grass, but Subert still got it. Low fastball to first in time for the out. That is the second time today that Matt Subert, who shakes his head, I think, at what I'm probably thinking as well. Second time today in which a ground ball has hit the edge of the grass, and of course the grass elevated over the dirt, so when it hits it, it takes all the hop out of it, and it just dies on that dirt and races towards Matt Subert. Both times he's made the play. 2 outs, bases empty. Donnie Perez, the batter. Breaking ball left way inside for ball 1. Charlie Meagle, the third base coach for St. Mary's and the head coach at that. I think he gave Matt Subert a uplifting word after he made the first play. That happened in game 1 today. And I couldn't tell for sure too far away, but it looked like Meagle was looking at him again. If he said anything, probably either you're unlucky, but you still made 2 really good plays. Sharp 1-hopper to Subert, who has this one and throws to first in time for the out. Eclavea and the Hillcats retire the Rattlers in order in the top of the 4th. Hillcats trail 6-2. This is Rogers State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hey, Red Green here. If you've never seen the Red Green Show, no one can possibly...
There. I really like these little creatures. They bring a lot of joy to my life.
Job.
Doing what?
Worked in a mortuary, embalming cadavers and organs. Hi, I'm Bill Curtis. You're watching RSU Public TV.
Just the two of us, building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
Leading off for the Hillcats, the shortstop, number 3, Ismail Orozco.
Ishmael Orozco to lead things off for Rogers State here in the bottom of the 4th. Shows bunt, quickly pulls it back as the first pitch missed low and away from the right-hander Mason Minister. Starting pitcher today, making his first collegiate start. Freshman right-hander, 6'3", 175. Sharp 2-hopper to short off the bat of Orozco. Arevelo's got it. The shortstop makes the play, 6-3 on the putout.
Now at the plate, the DH, number 26, Derek Brumble.
Brings Derek Brumble to the plate for Rogers State. St. Mary's has done a good job retiring the leadoff hitter in this series. Only once this game in 4 tries as the Hillcats had the leadoff on. Twice in 7 opportunities in game 1 today. Derek Brumble on the 0-1. Ground ball to second. Brian Ramirez to his left. Brings it in and throws to first for the out. Jordan Garr, the batter, with 2 outs and the bases empty. Hillcats down 6-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. And in yesterday's action, Rogers State was held quiet at times by Holden Grounds, and then others they would rattle off 3 or 4 base runners against him. First pitch strike to Jordan Garr. Holden grounds the complete game victory for his second win of the year yesterday. Another strike into Garr. He's down 0-2. But the Hillcats yesterday in the opening game of the series, only 3 times in 9 attempts did they get the lead off a board. One, two, just misses outside to Garr. The leadoff has proven to be crucial in this series for Rogers State, because there's only been 1 inning that they've scored in which they didn't get the lead off a board, so it's almost a must against the good pitching and defense of St. Mary's. And the 3-2 misses up high, ball 4. Boy, good appearance there for Jordan Garr, who fell behind 0-2 and stays disciplined to work the walk.
Now that is number 33, Sam Casanelli.
Third walk issued by Mason Minister, the freshman. Action continues in the St. Mary's bullpen. Sam Casanelli, the hitter for Rogers State. Fastball misses up high. Casanelli, a base hit, stole second and scored last inning. Another coaching visit to the mound coming for the freshman Mason Minister. He was an all-district selection as a utility player in his senior year, last year in high school, and also a all-district selection his junior year as well out of Smithson Valley High School in San Antonio. Now Minister still the pitcher, no change here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitcher warming up in the bullpen is Zach De La Garza. Is fouled back to the screen by Castanelli. Now, talking about the interesting dynamic of Minister making his first collegiate start, and it so happens that it's in a very important conference game. Casanelli tees off on the 1-1. High fly ball into left center field. Settling under it, Donnie Perez, and he makes the catch. Hillcats retired in the 4th. No hits, 1 runner left aboard as the Hillcats trail 6-2. This is Rogers State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
People often ask me, John, how do you do it? Still making pizzas after 30 years. Seriously, guys?
It ain't rocket science. It ain't physics.
It's pizza.
And I love pizza.
Get any large one-topping pizza for only $10 and add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
We're cooking dinner. Dinner is the most important meal of the day.
We can cater to everybody's needs, whether you want a burger, whether you want chicken.
Dinner's special for me and my family because it's the 1 meal out of the day that we get to spend together.
It's the perfect end to a good day.
Win or lose, we're coming to Whataburger after a game.
Whataburger for dinner.
If we're not on your way home, you're going the wrong way.
My name is Tatiana, and I would love to cook you dinner.
Kaylee back with you on the Hillcat Network. Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 6-2 as we enter the 5th inning here in Claremore. What a far different day today than it was yesterday weather-wise, as Jack Kaiser set to lead off this 5th for St. Mary's. Josh Eclavea, right-handed pitcher for Rogers State, missing outside with the first pitch to Kaiser, who's 1 for 2. 80-degree day yesterday at first pitch, and today, right now, it's 55 degrees. All blue skies here in Claremore, but the wind makes it a little bit cooler down there on the field. Tomorrow night, it's going to get below freezing. Kaiser on the 2-0. line drive that tails off into left center for a base hit.
Now batting number 8, Jacob Aguilar.
Here's Jacob Aguilar to the plate. See if Meagle and the Rattlers look to play small ball here, already leading by 4, and just maybe trying to restore that lead a little bit. Showing bunt indeed is Aguilar. To the right side of the pitcher's mound, Eclavea comes off of it, picks it up, underhand toss to first for the out.
Now heading to the plate, number 9.
So Aguilar does his job as Kaiser advances to second, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. And Bo Barnes, the batter. Sacrifice fly back in the 3rd inning for Barnes, his 11th RBI of the season. And he injured his throwing hand, his right. Catching earlier in this game, the ball came and hit his right hand. Took him a little bit to shake it off, but ultimately he was fine. First pitch, hard line drive towards center field. Running over is Sam Castanelli and makes the catch. Just had to run to his right a little bit, did the center fielder Castanelli. Two outs now, top of the 5th, and Bryce Brandel, the hitter.
Now batting number 18, Bryce Brandel.
Josh Eclavea for Rogers State in a relief role in this game. Came on with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Retired the first batter he faced. Retired St. Mary's in order in the 4th. He's faced 7 and allowed just 1 hit and 1 base runner. That's Jack Kaiser, who stands on second. First pitch strike to the left-handed hitting Bryce Brandel. Brandel, hard hit ball into right field. Degnan 10 feet in front of the fence and makes the catch for out number 3. Eclavea and the Hillcats retire the side. They trail 6-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Robson Properties supports this broadcast of Hellcat Basketball. Owner Frank Robson has handled commercial real estate, construction, and property management since 1969, with shopping centers throughout Oklahoma and southeast Kansas. More information on Robson Properties is online at www.robsonprop.com. www.robsonprop.com. Robson Properties, proud to support both Hillcat Sports and Rogers State University academics.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 6-2 as the Hillcats come to the plate in the bottom of the 5th inning. Starting pitcher Mason Minister returns to the mound. Freshman making his collegiate debut as a starter. Had 4 relief appearances earlier this year. Came in with a 14.29 ERA in 4 previous relief appearances. Not the case today, though. Minister has allowed 2 runs on 2 hits. He's walked 3 and also hit a batter. Top of the Hillcat order to lead things off here in the 5th. Here's Matt Subert, who had a 4 consecutive game multi-hit streak broken up in game 1 of today's doubleheader. First pitch down in the dirt from Minister. 1-0 misses outside to Subert, who is 0 for 1 in this game. Went down looking in the bottom of the 1st. Sac fly in the third for the Hillcats. Ground ball hit to third. Aguilar scoops it up, throws to first in time to get Subert by a step. Infield for St. Mary's, Jack Kaiser at first, Brian Ramirez at second, Jacob Arevalo at short, Jacob Aguilar at third, Bo Barnes behind the plate. Freshman right-hander Mason Minister on the hill. Donnie Perez in left, Bryce Brandel in center, Zach Johnson in right. Here's Sam Davison for Rogers State. Right-handed hitter takes a first pitch strike. 0 for 1 with a walk in this game is Davison. Had 2 walks, was hit by a pitch and an RBI base hit in game 1. One hopper back to the mound. Minister has it, jogs towards first base and flips over there for the out. 2 down here in the 5th, and Bradley Degnan to the plate for Rogers State with the bases empty. But a guy that can make noise when the bases are empty for Rogers State. And again, these conditions for the win today suit Degnan pretty well, blowing from the left pole to the right, and the huge shift is on for St. Mary's. Shortstop Arevalo shifts to the right of second base. The center fielder, Bryce Brandel, is way over in right center field, leaving a monstrous gap in center, left center. First pitch misses, now the 1-0, missing inside. (2-0), sharp ground ball foul against the screen in front of the Hillcat dugout. 2-1 the count. It's interesting, this approach for St. Mary's on this left-handed hitter, Degnan. Not wrong, but interesting because Degnan really has no spray chart for St. Mary's to see in this game at least, or in this series at all. A strikeout, 2 groundouts yesterday, but he also had a 2 RBI double to the gap in right center. But since then, Degnan has not put a ball into the outfield. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Minister gets the strikeout. He retires the Hillcats in order for the 3rd time in this game, and Rogers State trails 6-2 as we head to the 6th. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
With 11 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities in NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
Rogers State trails St. Mary's 6-2 as we begin the 6th inning. Eclavea pitching to Zach Johnson, who swings at the first pitch. Skies it up into straightaway center. Sam Casanelli under it and makes the catch. 1 down. Josh Eclavea has been tremendous in this series for the Hillcats. 2 1/3 yesterday in relief. Only 1 hit, no runs. And he came on with 2 outs in the 3rd of this game, and he's allowed just 1 hit. He's retired 8 of 9 batters that he's faced. This is Jacob Arevalo at the plate. Falls behind 0-1. Arevalo, the first batter that Eclavea faced out of the bullpen. And this breaking ball left inside and hits Arevalo on the left shoulder.
Plate number 15, Brian Ramirez.
Just the third time this season Eclavea has hit a batter in over 23 innings pitched. We recycle the lineup now. Brian Ramirez, top of the order to the plate. 2 RBI double in the second inning. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third for St. Mary's. Rogers State 2 in the third. They trail 6-2 here in the closeout game of this 3-game Heartland Conference Series. St. Mary's won the opener yesterday 6-3. Won game 1 today 5-2. First pitch misses to Brian Ramirez. Runner going on the 1-0. Bouncing ball to third, fielded on the short hop by Subert. Throws to first in time for the out.
Now heading to the plate number 5, James Gillian.
Two down, runner on second, and James Gillian the batter. DH is 1 for 3 today. He singled and scored in the first. Gillian transferred in from Arkansas Little Rock. First pitch down in the dirt. Gillian, towering fly ball towards deep left center field. This ball drifting back. It's off the top of the wall in the gap. And he'll stop at second base with a 2-out double. Arevalo, of course, in to score, running with 2 outs, no problems getting in. And that ball just continued to carry towards the gap off the bat of Gillian. And finally crashed off the top half of the wall, about 25 feet to the right of the 360 sign in left center. You've got to hit it awfully hard to do that in this ballpark. Here's Donnie Perez. First pitch misses up high. Makes it a 7-2 lead for St. Mary's. Breaking ball in for a strike. Good looking pitch from Eclavea. Who gives up his first run in his last 6 innings of work. Runner going on the 1-1. It misses down low. Quick throw down to third and safe is James Gillian. Good throw from Jason Marley. It was just a little bit high, and it took Subert extra time to reach up over his head to get it and bring his glove down to apply the tag. It's a 2-1 count to Donnie Perez. Interesting that he was trying to steal there with 2 outs, trying to steal third base. But hey, the base running has been interesting and odd as well for St. Mary's in this series compared to the way the first 17 games of this season went. They were 3 of 5 in stolen base attempts coming into this series, and they've already stolen 6 in this series. Two. High fly ball lifted into left field. Jordan Garr running to his left and makes the catch on the run for out number 3. 1 run on 1 hit for St. Mary's in the top of the 6th inning. They lead Rogers State 7-2. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard,
We work hard and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore supports the broadcast of RSU Hillcat Athletics. The Hammett House offers a variety of entrees, including country fried steak, lamb and turkey fries, pamper fried chicken, and a daily selection of homemade pies. Located next to the Will Rogers Memorial in Claremore, just down the hill from RSU. Online at thehammetthouse.com. The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore, a proud supporter of the RSU Hillcats.
Leading off for the Hillcats, number 21, Chris Miguel.
Rogers State comes to bat in the bottom of the 6th, trailing 7-2. Starting right-hander Mason Minister back on the hill for St. Mary's. First pitch to Chris Miguel, in for a strike. 4, 5, 6 hitters to bat for Rogers State, whose 2 runs in this game came in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hillcats left the bases loaded that inning. Minister misses with the 0-1, count even at 1 to Chris Miguel. Crushing this down the left field line. It's a fair ball, and it 2 hops to the wall. Miguel rounding first and will cruise into second, standing up with a leadoff double. Good looking hit by Miguel for his team leading 8th double of the year. Just the 3rd hit the Hillcats have mustered against freshman right-hander Mason Minister. First pitch to Jason Marley, popped up out of play right side. Marley 0 for 2 in this game. His role has changed each and every game in this series. Yesterday he was the DH batting in the cleanup spot as Chris Miguel was sidelined with a little shoulder injury. He was the DH in game 1, and he moves to catcher here in game 2 of today's doubleheader. 1-1 the count to Marley. As the right-hander Mason Minister looks on. He's got Jack Kaiser as his first baseman, Brian Ramirez at second, Jacob Arevalo at short, Jacob Aguilar at third. Catcher is Bo Barnes. Started to bring his leg up and then turns back towards second base, does Minister. Donnie Perez in left field, Bryce Brandel in center, Zach Johnson in right. 7 runs on 11 hits, no errors for St. Mary's. Rogers State 2 runs on 3 hits, no miscues. 1-1, just caught the outside edge for a strike. Last year down in San Antonio as the Hillcats opened up conference play against St. Mary's. Hillcats won on the opening day 10-7, took game 1 of a doubleheader the next day 6-4, and then lost the closeout game 12-6, but the Hillcats defeated St. Mary's for the first time in their 3rd try as members of the Heartland Conference. 2-2 count now to Jason Marley. Hillcats down 7-2. No outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Chris Miguel standing on second after a leadoff double for the Hillcats. 2-2 pitch. Foul tip held on to by the catcher Barnes. Strikeout number 5 for the freshman Mason Minister.
Now batting number 3, Ishmael Orozco.
Ishmael Orozco, the batter for Rogers State, with 1 out now. And so we look back at that series last year as this look back in Hillcat history. That opening game, a 10-7 win for the Hillcats, and oddly enough, it was Josh Eklavea who earned the win in that game. And he's pitched yesterday and, of course, is currently the pitcher for the Hillcats. Would expect him most likely to come back out in the 7th, but we'll see. But he earned the win that day to improve his season record to 4-0. Rusty Huber got the save for the Hillcats, a 2-inning save for his 5th of the season. 0-1 to Orozco, misses up high, count even to 1 now. Lots of faces in that game that are playing here today, of course, just 1 year removed from that series. One catches the inside edge for a strike. And in game 1 of the doubleheader the following day, the Hillcats won 6-4. Tyler Cruz was the starting pitcher for Rogers State, but reliever Justin Magstad earned the win, and Rusty Huber got his 2nd save in a row for the Hillcats. It was his 6th of the year, and it tied the single season and career saves record for Rogers State. Hubert, of course, would go on to shatter that saves record, as last year he ended the season with 12, and he's already got 4 this year. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Mason Minister, the right-hander. And he struck out 3 of the last 4 hitters.
Number 26, Derek Brumble.
He's matched his season total in innings pitched here today in this start, as Derek Brumble steps in for Rogers State. Takes a first pitch strike. Brumble is 1 for 2 today as the DH in the 7 spot. Minister 5 2/3 innings coming in, 12 hits, 10 runs, 9 of those earned, 5 strikeouts and 6 walks. And he struck out 6 today, walked 3 and hit 1. Just 3 hits. Brumble, 3/4 swing, and fouls it off the underside of the bat. Down 0-2. Hillcats down 7-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Remember, this game scheduled for 9 as we close out this Heartland Conference series. The Hillcats desperately trying to come away with a W so that you don't start off the season in an 0-3 record in conference play. The 0-2 just missing outside. Preseason conference favorites St. Edwards sweeping their series at Newman 3-0. Lubbock Christian wins 2 of 3 at Oklahoma Christian. Lubbock Christian picked to finish 2nd. Oklahoma Christian picked to finish 4th. So that series, a split, goes about the way you'd probably expect it to. 1-2, misses low and away. St. Mary's picked to finish 3rd in the conference, and winning the first 2 games of this series as Bo Barnes, the catcher, out to have a word with the pitcher, Mason Minister. UA Fort Smith picked to finish 5th, and they are well on their way to a series sweep over Texas A&M International. That game in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Lions have a 13-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th. And the one team idle here on opening week of conference play is Oklahoma Panhandle State, who was picked to finish 9th in the preseason poll. 2-2, misses low and away. It's a full count to Derek Brumble. Mason Minister approaching 100 pitches, 3-2, down in the dirt, ball 4, as action continues in the St. Mary's bullpen. Minister issues his 4th walk of this game. Here's Jordan Garr to the plate for Rogers State. Walked in the 4th, reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 3rd. Same pitcher warming up for St. Mary's, Zach De La Garza, who's been up for a couple of innings now. First pitch to Garr is a strike from Mason Minister. Oh-1, misses up high. Reminder, Rogers State will be at home this Tuesday. Hillcats take on Bemidji State. A non-conference affair. 2 o'clock first pitch coverage here on the Hillcat Network as always. 1-1 to Garr. High bouncing ball towards short. Fielded on the second hop by Arevalo. He flips to second in time for the force out. Hillcats retired in the 6th. Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 7-2. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
I need my checking account to be like my morning coffee. Easy and now please. That's why I love checking with TTCU. With a free checking account, there's no minimum balance, no hidden fees. I can snap a photo of a check and deposit it. Easy. Add direct deposit and, based on your balances, you could earn more free services, even extra dividends. TTCU has paid more than $20 million in member rewards. Now that's grande. Freebies and rewards? Check. At TTCU.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 7-2 as we enter the 7th inning here in Claremore, and the Hillcats will make a change on the mound. Right-hander Justin Magstad out of the bullpen to replace reliever Josh Eklabea, who went 3 1/3 for the Hillcats, surrendered just 2 hits, 1 earned run, no strikeouts, no walks through 31 pitches, 18 of those for strikes. New pitcher for the Hillcats again, right-hander Justin Magstad, senior, 6'1", 185-pounder out of Riverside, California. Jack Kaiser swings at the first pitch, hard line drive into center field, just over the glove of Ishmael Orozco, the shortstop, who was behind second base, and he leaped up a step into center field, and it was just over his glove.
Now batting number 8, Jacob Aguilar.
Third hit of this game for Jack Kaiser, who missed a home run in the first inning by feet. Just about 5 feet perhaps, and he's had singles ever since. First pitch to Jacob Aguilar, showing bunt, quickly pulls it back as the pitch missed up high. Justin Magstad for Rogers State, making his 11th appearance of the season, tied for the team lead with Rusty Huber. All have been in relief. Makes contact on the bunt attempt as Aguilar and fouls it back on the ground. Justin Magstad, a 5.79 ERA, 14 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, and 3 walks. One, bunt put into play. Up the first baseline, Magstad off the mound, picks it up. Underhand toss to first for the out. Sacrifice bunt, 1-3 for out number 1 as Kaiser advances to second. And with Rogers State struggling offensively, you can tell the MO by St. Mary's just continue to hold and try to build on the lead where you can, playing small ball here. Brings Bo Barnes to the plate. Barnes 0 for 2 with a sac fly in this game. Catcher in the 6th spot in the order. Magstad looks at Kaiser at second, now deals. First pitch strike to Barnes. Magstad's last outing was that marathon barn burner of a game at Pittsburgh State just 2 days ago, where the Hillcats won 22-17. Inning and a third in relief for Magstad. 2 hits, 3 earned runs, a strikeout, and a walk. Had a scoreless relief outing in 1 1/3 in relief last Saturday against College of the Ozarks. Strike into Barnes, he's down 0-2. Magstad, pitch low and away, gets past Marley, and down to third base goes Kaiser. 1-2, just missed off the edge. Two. Popped up, shallow right field. This will fall in for a fair ball. 10 feet, fair territory, little Texas leaguer. And Kaiser trots in to score. Second RBI of the game for Barnes, his 12th of the season. Rogers State down 8-2 now.
Now batting number 18, Bryce Brandel.
Bryce Brandel, the hitter now. Looking at his head coach, Charlie Meagle, third base coach. Has his instructions and steps back in now. First pitch down at the feet of Brandel. Had to do a little dance to prevent it from hitting his cleats. Good job by Marley to dig that out despite the foot traffic and the pitch in the dirt. After the Tuesday game, here in 4 days for Rogers State against Bemidji State, the Hillcats will be on the road 1 week from today as they resume conference play at Texas A&M International down in Laredo, Texas. The 1-0, big swing and a miss from Brandel. Hillcats will then return home for 4 games, including a non-conference game Tuesday, March 21st against Oklahoma Wesleyan, and then a home conference contest against St. Edwards. That's 2 weeks from today. 1-1 as the runner goes, swing and a miss, and down to second base, no throw, Bo Barnes. Stolen base for Bo Barnes. Mag stats 1-2. Fouled back out of play. Hillcats do not have any just crazy long road trips all season long, which is pretty rare. In fact, in this entire season, only twice do the Hillcats have a stretch where they play 4 or more games on the road. They've already done it once when they played a 4-game series in Denver, Colorado against Regis. And then it will happen later this season, April 11th through the 14th, a non-conference game and then a conference series against Arkansas Fort Smith. With it being a 9-team conference, means you get 4 home conference series and 4 on the road. St. Mary's, St. Edwards, Newman, and Oklahoma Christian, the teams the Hillcats get here at home. That's 3 of the top 4 picked in the preseason poll here at the Diamond Sports Complex. The one team they play on the road that was picked to finish in the top 4, Lubbock Christian, who was picked second. That's where the Hillcats will end their regular season in the first weekend of May. At TAMU, at Panhandle State, at Arkansas Fort Smith, and at Lubbock Christian, the 4 conference road series for Rogers State. But it's all staggered back and forth. Home, away, home, away. You get the idea. Count remains 1-2 to Bryce Brandel. Hillcat right-hander Justin Magstad trying to avoid further damage. Slider misses high and inside. Brandel, the left-handed hitter. Magstad, the right-handed pitcher, a senior who had a great season for Rogers State last year, his first with the Hillcats. 2-2 misses down low. 23 relief appearances for Magstad last year. 1 less than Rusty Huber, who set the single-season record with 24 appearances. There's a 3.76 ERA for Magstad. 31 strikeouts and 12 walks. Payoff pitch. Brandel skies it up. down the right field line, drifting foul territory. Degnan runs over and makes the catch against the wall. Fires quickly back to the infield to third, but outrunning it is Barnes down to third base.
Now to plate number 40, Zach Johnson.
Already one run this inning for St. Mary's to increase their lead to 8-2 over Rogers State. They've out-hit the Hillcats 13-3 in this game. Runner on third, 2 outs, batter Zach Johnson. First pitch, slider for a strike from Magstad. Johnson 2 for 3 today, including an RBI in the third inning. Oh, 1, bouncing ball off the end of the bat to short. Orozco's got it, throws to first. Out number 3 here in the top of the 7th. St. Mary's gets 1 run on a couple of hits, leave 1 stranded. They lead Rogers State 8-2 as we head for the bottom of the 7th in Claremore. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
In the top of the 7th, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base.
The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore supports the broadcast of RSU Hillcat Athletics. The Hammett House offers a variety of entrees, including country fried steak, lamb and turkey fries, pamper fried chicken, and a daily selection of homemade pies. Located next to the Will Rogers Memorial in Claremore, just down the hill from RSU. Online at thehammetthouse.com. The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore, a proud supporter of the RSU Hillcats.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
Rogers State coming to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing St. Mary's 8-2 in the closeout game of a 3-game Heartland Conference series. Conference play opening everywhere in the Heartland Conference yesterday, and all other series are pretty much wrapped up now. This is the last one waiting to be finished, and the Hillcats trying to stage a late comeback here to salvage 1 game out of this 3-game series after losing the opener yesterday 6-3, and today's opening game of the doubleheader 5-2 in 7 innings. Pitching change for St. Mary's. New man on the hill is lefty Zach De La Garza. 2-3 record, 6.19 ERA for De La Garza. He takes the ball from fellow freshman and starter Mason Minister, who might have just worked his way into a starting role for this St. Mary's team. In his first collegiate start, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, 101 pitches, 60 of those for strikes. The final line on the freshman right-hander Mason Minister. Sam Castanelli leading things off for Rogers State. Here's the 1-1 pitch from De La Garza. Missing low and inside. Castanelli 1 for 2 today. De La Garza fires in a strike. Count even up at 2. Another hometown guy is De La Garza. 6 foot, 175 pounder out of San Antonio, played at Holmes High School. 1-2. Low and past the catcher, Bo Barnes. Nope, beg your pardon. Catching change for St. Mary's here to start this bottom of the 7th. New man behind the plate is Scott Short. Freshman catcher out of Ingram, Texas. Payoff pitch. Misses high and away. Sam Castanelli with a leadoff walk for Rogers State.
Now to plate number 8, Matt Subert.
Hillcats return to the top of their order. Here is Matt Subert. First pitch misses down low to Subert, who is 0 for 2 with a sac fly in this game. Zach De La Garza, the left-handed pitcher, 6.19 ERA. Makes his 9th appearance of the year and his 8th in relief as he misses up high with the 1-0. De La Garza, 16 innings logged for St. Mary's, 17 strikeouts and 11 walks for Zach De La Garza, the freshman. Strike into Subert, 2-1 count. Foul tip held on to by the catcher, Scott Short. 2-2 count. Last outing for this lefty, Zach De La Garza, against Lubbock Christian just 5 days ago. As the 2-2 misses down low, it's a full count now to Subert. He gave St. Mary's 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Runner going on the 3-2 pitch and fouled out of play to the right side. De La Garza, 2 days prior in a game against Lubbock Christian as well, 2 innings in relief. 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's had 4 of his 8 appearances this year where he is not allowed a run. But in the 4 in which he has, it's been 2 runs on 3 occasions and 5 runs in another. Quick throw back to first. They were close to getting Casanelli as he was a little late to break and might have lost his footing a little bit. But he's safe. Hillcats cannot afford to have base runners erased at this stage. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Rogers State down 8-2. No outs. Payoff pitch to Subert. A drive to left field. Perez on the run to the wall. Now slows down and settles under it to make the catch. Well hit ball off the bat of Subert, but to no avail for the Hillcats. 1 down brings Sam Davison to the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk today for Davison. Tells you what kind of pitcher De La Garza is, though, as just a freshman, but to log this many appearances and innings early in the season for a team the quality of St. Mary's tells you about his abilities. Swing and a miss. First pitch to Davison. Another move back to first. Casanelli back in, standing up. Sun starting to set here in Claremore. Tomorrow, the last day before we hit daylight savings. Runner going on the 0-1, misses up high, and Casanelli slides in safely to second as the ball banked off he and Brian Ramirez before rolling into center, but it was quickly backed up by the new center fielder, Oscar Betancourt. Betancourt came in yesterday in the 8th inning of game 1 of this series into center field. They made the same change. Bryce Brandel is over in right field now as well. Zach Johnson, the player who exits. Here comes the 1-1. Missing high and inside. Runner going on the 2-1. It's a strike, and Casanelli slides in safely to third. Casanelli, no stolen bases on the season coming into this game, and he had one in the third, and now he's got two here in the seventh. Two-two count with one out. Davison pops it up, very shallow right center field. Center fielder Betancourt runs on, makes the catch, and fires quickly back to the infield, and they'll hold Casanelli up. As it's out number two here in the bottom of the seventh with the Hillcats trailing 8-2. Riley Degnan will step in. Looking for his first hit today. And Degnan, line drive into right center for a base hit, and it drives in Casanelli. Degnan, who had been hit twice today, once in each game, and gets his first hit of the day and another RBI. Tacks on to his team lead. He's now got 26 on the year. And for Rogers State right now, they're just looking to chip away at this lead, trailing 8-3 after that run. Casanelli comes in to score. First pitch to Chris Miguel.
At the plate, number 21, Chris Miguel.
First pitch in for a strike. Miguel walked in the third to drive in a run with the bases juiced and doubled in the sixth. Oh, 1 in for a strike from De La Garza. Oh, 2 called strike 3 on Miguel. Zach De La Garza gets the strikeout to retire the Hillcats in the bottom of the seventh. Rogers State gets 1 run on 1 hit. They trail 8-3 as we head to the eighth here in Claremore. This is Rogers State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
I need my checking account to be like my morning coffee. Easy and now please. That's why I love checking with TTCU. With a free checking account, there's no minimum balance, no hidden fees. I can snap a photo of a check and deposit it. Easy. Add direct deposit and, based on your balances, you could earn more free services, even extra dividends. TTCU has paid more than $20 million in member rewards. Now that's grande. Freebies and rewards? Check. At TTCU.
Paying up for the round winners, number 2, Jacob Arevalo.
We enter the eighth inning here in Claremore. Lights are on at the Diamond Sports Complex. St. Mary's leads Rogers State 8-3 in the closeout game of this 3-game set. Justin Magstad back on the hill for Rogers State after coming on in relief to start the seventh. Facing Jacob Arevalo, the bottom of the order, and working a 1-1 count. Arevalo, a walk, was hit by a pitch, scored on both occasions, grounded out in his only official at bat of the day. Timeout called for at the plate now. The right-handed hitter, Arevalo, back in, ready to go against the right-hander Magstad. Sidearm pitcher. Deals in, misses inside. It's a 2-1 count now. 2-1, breaking ball that misses low. A very tiny swing let off by Arevalo. Home plate ump Tracy Rolls checks in the field with Lynn Berry. Says nope, did not go around. Count is 3-1. Slider in for a strike from Magstad. Slow roller towards third. Subert charges up, throws on the money to first, and makes the play. He is something else down at third base. Matt Subert makes difficult plays like that one look very easy, and he is the best defensive third baseman Rogers State has had in a while. That's no disrespect to the guys before him, but he plays over there at the hot corner awfully well. First pitch strike to Brian Ramirez, top of the order. Ramirez 1 for 4, had a 2 RBI double back in the second inning. 0-1, bouncing ball towards second. Miguel at the edge of the outfield, brings it in, throws to first, 2 down. With 2 outs and the bases empty, James Gillian, the DH, will step in. First pitch misses down low to Gillian. Played in 2015 at Arkansas Little Rock, Division I program, where he started 37 games, played in 43 overall. Nice. 1-1, foul back out of play. St. Mary's 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third. Single runs in the 6th and 7th. Hillcats 2 in the third, 1 in the 7th. Making an 8-3 game, and the 1-2 ground ball back up the middle for a base hit.
Now batting number 19, Donnie Perez.
2 outs, runner aboard for St. Mary's here in the top of the 8th, and Donnie Perez steps in, takes a first pitch strike. Hits in his first 2 at-bats in this game, and he's been retired since on a ground out and a fly out. Runner going on the 0-1, pitches low and away, throw down to second, not in time. Gillian steals second base. Stole a base in the 6th when he reached as well. Magstad looking back at second. Forces Gillian back there. As the count is 2-1 to Donnie Perez. Next pitch misses, 3-1 count now. Hillcats right-hander Justin Magstad. Quick throw back to second. Head first slide back in safe is Gillian. Strike on the inside edge as Perez flipped his bat back towards his dugout, thinking he had the walk. Runner going on the 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. It's down in the dirt. Marley will step into the field of play and throw to first to complete the strikeout. Inning over. No runs on one hit and one left for St. Mary's in the top of the 8th. Hillcats trail 8-3. This is Rogers State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hey, Red Green here. If you've never seen the Red Green Show, no one can possibly...
There. I really like these little creatures. They bring a lot of joy to my life.
Job. Doing what?
Working in the mortuary, embalming cadavers and organs. Hi, I'm Bill Curtis. You're watching RSU Public TV.
Just the two of us, building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
New pitcher for St. Mary's as Rogers State comes to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th. It's right-hander Trent Russo, who takes over for left-hander Zach Della Garza, who pitched the 7th inning, gave up a hit and a run to Rogers State, struck out one and walked one. Trent Russo making his 2nd appearance of the day. He pitched in game 1 of this doubleheader. They didn't need him for much. They brought him on in the 7th inning with 2 outs and 2 runners aboard for Rogers State. Officially, the tying run was at the plate for the Hillcats, and Russo struck out Chris Miguel. So he officially got the save. His team leading 3rd of the year, and so Russo comes back out for St. Mary's. Not a save situation here, of course.
Leading off for the Hillcats, number 10, Jason Marley.
If you're just joining us, St. Mary's freshman right-hander Mason Minister made his first collegiate start, his 5th overall appearance. 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Jason Marley leading things off for the Hillcats. 5 spot in the order. Right-handed hitter takes ball 1. (1-0) just catches the inside edge for a strike. Trent Russo making his 11th appearance of the season, leads the team. 4.26 ERA entering the day. That's down a little bit after retiring the 1 batter in game 1. Popped back behind home plate and just comes down out of play. One-two, swing and a miss, strike 3. Russo out of the bullpen, strikes out the first batter he faces, Jason Marley. And with 1 out, Ishmael Orozco, the batter.
Plate number 3, Ishmael Orozco.
Russo in 13 innings this season. 20 strikeouts and 6 walks. Opponents hitting less than 150 against him. First pitch misses low to Orozco, who's 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs and a strikeout. (1-0) high and tight. The St. Mary's team came in on a 4-game losing streak Overall, they had lost 10 of their last 12 after starting the season 4-1. 4 of those 10 losses were to Tarleton State, 3 to Lubbock Christian, 1 to 4th-ranked Angelo State. Chico State and Texas A&M Kingsville, the other losses. The only 2 wins in that stretch were against Houston Victoria, 13-0 and 18-3. 3-1 to Orozco, ground ball to short. Arevalo scoops it up, throws to first, and gets Orozco by a step.
At the plate, number 26, Derek Brumble.
Two outs, bases empty here in the bottom of the 8th. Hillcats trailing St. Mary's 8-3. And the DH, Derek Brumble, to the plate. First pitch strike fired in. Caught the lower inside corner. Brumble's having himself a nice series in limited action. Did not play in game 1 today, but came on as a pinch hitter yesterday in the bottom of the 9th and doubled on the first pitch he saw from starter Holden Grounds. And then in this game, Brumble 1 for 2 with a walk. So overall in the series, 2 for 3 with a walk, including that double yesterday. Down 0-2 here to Russo. Pitch low and outside, swing and a miss, strike 3. Hillcats retired in order in the 8th. St. Mary's 8, Rogers State 3. We head to the 9th here in Claremore. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
People often ask me, John, how do you do it? Still making pizzas after 30 years. Seriously, guys, it ain't rocket science. It ain't physics. It's pizza. And I love pizza.
Get any large one-topping pizza for only $10 and add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
We're cooking dinner. Dinner is the most important meal of the day.
We can cater to everybody's needs, whether you want a burger, whether you want chicken.
Dinner's special for me and my family because it's the one meal out of the day that we get to spend together.
It's the perfect end to a good day.
Win or lose, we're coming to Whataburger after a game.
Whataburger for dinner.
If we're not on your way home, you're going the wrong way.
My name is Tatiana, and I would love to cook you dinner.
Defensive changes for the Hillcats. Now in left field, number 25.
Josh Haley back with you on the Hillcat Network. Rogers State goes to their bullpen here to start the 9th inning. 4th pitcher used in this game will be Rusty Huber for Rogers State. Preseason All-American Rusty Huber. Preseason All-Conference, All-Region as well. Hillcats all-time career and single-season saves leader. Comes out for the Hillcats as Rogers State trails 8-3. Huber will try to keep it at just a 5-run deficit. He'll face Jack Kaiser, the cleanup hitter, to lead things off here in the 9th. First pitch strike to the left-handed hitter, Kaiser. Also a defensive change for the Hillcats. Travis Pete comes in left field, replacing Jordan Garr for Rogers State. Travis Pete, redshirt sophomore out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. First appearance of the season for Travis Pete, who redshirted last year, Tommy John surgery. Good to see him back. 1-1 the count to Jack Kaiser. As Rogers State's Rusty Huber makes his 12th appearance of the season, all in relief, leads the team in appearances. 1 ahead of Justin Magstad, who he replaces in this game. Magstad pitched the 7th and the 8th for the Hillcats. The 1-1, missing down low to Kaiser. Magstad, the 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout, no walks. Huber's 2-1 is fouled back to the screen by Kaiser, who is on a 3-for-3 streak after being retired in the first inning. 3 consecutive base hits, 1 to right, 1 to left, 1 to center. Huber's 2-2. Just missed inside of the left-handed hitter, Kaiser. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Rusty Huber for Rogers State. 16 innings this season. Just 2 earned runs, 23 strikeouts and 6 walks, and opponents managing just a 161 average against Huber. 1 out, Jacob Aguilar the batter. First pitch strike to the right-handed hitter, Aguilar. Foul back to the screen, 0-2 the count to Jacob Aguilar. 1 for 2 in this game. He's laid down sac bunts in each of his last 2 plate appearances. It's not going to happen here with the bases empty and 1 out. The 0-2 line foul down the right field line. And the third Heartland Conference series that we were waiting on to go final has just gone final. Arkansas Fort Smith takes care of Texas A&M International 13-0. So they sweep the series against TAMU. They held TAMU to just 2 hits in the closeout game of that series. So St. Edwards and Arkansas Fort Smith get opening week Heartland sweeps. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The cutter from Huber, and he puts Aguilar down on strikes. 2 batters faced, 2 strikeouts for Huber here in the top of the 9th. Rogers State trailing 8-3. And the batter is Scott Short. Replaced Bo Barnes, the starting catcher. Replaced him defensively in the bottom of the 7th, so this is the first at-bat of this series for Scott Short. Freshman out of Ingram, Texas. First pitch, cutter right in there for a strike from Huber. Scott Short, 3 of 13 at the plate this year. This is the 9th time he's appeared in a game. Next pitch down on the ground and gets past the catcher Marley, but no harm with no one on board. St. Mary's 8 runs on 14 hits, no errors. Rogers State 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors. Tell you what, on paper, this series is like a statistical anomaly. It just doesn't make sense. But of course, I'll be the first one to tell you, and anybody else would be too around this game. You don't play games on paper and win them on paper, but you certainly can be caught off guard when you end up seeing results when they're so much farther away from what you have coming in stat-wise. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. The cutter from Huber, and Short missed on it badly. Rusty Huber strikes out the side in the 9th. Hillcats' last call as they come to bat in the home half, trailing by 5. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Robson Properties supports this broadcast of Hillcat Basketball. Owner Frank Robson has handled commercial real estate, construction, and property management since 1969, with shopping centers throughout Oklahoma and southeast Kansas. More information on Robson Properties is online at www.robsonprop.com. www.robsonprop.com. Robson Properties, proud to support both Hillcat Sports and Rogers State University academics.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 8-3. The Hillcats come to bat in the bottom of the ninth with the 8-9-1 spots in the order to hit. Things will be led off by Travis Pete, who replaced Jordan Garr in left field to start this ninth inning. And Jordan Garr, the starter in the left field in both games today, and Travis Pete comes on to replace him. Travis Pete, the redshirt sophomore, making his first appearance of the season. At Highlands Ranch, Colorado. He redshirted last year, undergoing Tommy John surgery. Right-handed hitter Pete takes a first pitch strike from Trent Russo. Right-handed pitcher who came out to start the eighth. Faced the minimum 3 with 2 strikeouts in the eighth against Rogers State. Here comes the 0-1. Pitch misses high and inside. Travis Pete, in his freshman season for Rogers State, appeared in 10 games. That was in 2015, including 3 starts. He was 7 of 13 at the plate for a .538 average. So in that limited action, he really made the most of his opportunities. Had a .600 on base percentage, only struck out twice, and had 1 RBI. Down 1-2. Pitch breaks low and away, count even up at 2. Long stare from the right-hander Trent Russo. Now the 2-2. Called strike 3. Out number 1 here in the ninth. Third strikeout for Russo in this game. 4th strikeout on the day for him as he came on in game 1 of today's doubleheader to face the final batter, or what proved to be the final batter, with 2 outs in the 7th, and he got a strikeout. So he struck out 4 of 5 that he's faced here today. Here's Sam Castanelli. Right-handed hitter takes the first pitch strike. Castanelli has scored 2 of the 3 Hillcat runs. He's stolen 3 bases today as well. Takes strike 2. Russo wasting no time pounding the strike zone. The 0-2. Castanelli, half swing, strike 3. And he'll ask the home plate umpire for clarification there. But it is a strikeout either way. Hillcats down to their final out as they return to the top of the order. Here is Matt Subert. First pitch to Subert. Foul tip straight back. 0 for 3 game, but Subert with a sac fly to drive in a run in the 3rd. It was the first run scored for the Hillcats. 2 in the 3rd, and they got 1 more in the 7th. St. Mary's 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, and then single runs in the 6th and 7th innings. To just stay in front all day, they've stayed in front all series. 1-1. Fastball right down Main Street. They were out in front 6-0 in yesterday's opener, and they were ahead 1.51 in game 1 of today's doubleheader. 1-2, breaking ball just missed off the outside. Russo shakes off a sign. So Subert will step out for just a second. Back in now, ready to go. 2-2 pitch. Skied up, out of play. Right field side. Rogers State resuming action this Tuesday, non-conference game here at home against Bemidji State. 2 o'clock first pitch. 2-2, called strike 3, caught the bottom edge. Trent Russo strikes out the side in the ninth, and the Hillcats fall to St. Mary's 8-3. They fall in the series 3-0. Not the way the Hillcats wanted to open up Heartland Conference play, but it's one series. You got to put it behind you and move forward. That's what the Hillcats will try to do. They'll resume conference play 1 week from today down in Laredo, Texas, Texas A&M International. Final score in this one, Hillcats 3, St. Mary's 8. Post-game show coming your way next. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hey, Red Green here. If you've never seen the Red Green Show, no one can possibly...
There. I really like these little creatures. They bring a lot of joy to my life.
Job.
Doing what?
Worked in a mortuary, embalming cadavers and organs. Hi, I'm Bill Curtis. You're watching RSU Public TV.
Just the two of us, building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
We're cooking dinner. Dinner is the most important meal of the day.
We can cater to everybody's needs, whether you want a burger, whether you want chicken.
Dinner's special for me and my family because it's the one meal out of the day that we could just spend together.
It's the perfect end to a good day.
Win or lose, we're coming to Whataburger after a game.
Whataburger for dinner. If we're not on your way home, you're going the wrong way.
My name is Tatiana, and I would love to cook you dinner.
Your final score from the Diamond Sports Complex, Rogers State falls 8-3 to St. Mary's. Hillcats out-hit 14-4 in the closeout game of this 3-game set. No errors by either team in this game, but the Hillcats swept in the series 6-3 in the opener yesterday, 5-2 in today's game one of the doubleheader, and then 8-3 today to close it out. This St. Mary's team came in with an overall record of 6-11. But if you know this St. Mary's team, you know that the name on the front of their jersey means more than their record does. Good quality team, as always, very well coached, and they come in here to Claremore and get 3 wins as they improve their season record to 9-11. 3-0 start in Heartland Conference play, while Rogers State falls to 13-8 and 0-3 in Heartland Conference play. Hillcats were on a nice run coming into this game. They had won 5 consecutive games, but that ends when this series started, and the Hillcats are on a 3-game drought now with the series lost to St. Mary's. Well, your winning pitcher is Mason Minister, the freshman right-hander who made his collegiate starting debut. Goes 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 6 strikeouts and 5 walks. He hit a batter through 101 pitches, 60 of those 4 strikes. He's now 1-0 in his 5th appearance of the season, but his first start. Zach De La Garza pitched the 7th for St. Mary's. 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. And then Trent Russo came on in the 8th and struck out 5 of 6 batters that he faced. He sat the Hillcats down in order in the 8th and the 9th innings. He had 6 strikeouts on the day in 7 batters faced. Trent Russo got the save in game 1 today, and no decision here in game 2, but he slammed the door on Roger State's comeback attempts by keeping the Hillcats not only off the scoreboard but off the base paths in the 8th and 9th innings. For Roger State, the loss goes to Devlin Zakar. His record falls to 2-2 on the season. Hillcat starting right-hander made it just 2 2/3 innings. Surrendered 9 hits, 6 runs, all 6 were earned. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk for Zakar. Threw 63 pitches, 38 for strikes. Very uncharacteristic for Zakar, who had been wheeling and dealing lately. Continued to lower that ERA and really been pitching well, but St. Mary's gets to him early and forces him out. Hillcats turn to Josh Eklavea, who came on to pitch for the 3rd consecutive day. He gave the Hillcats 2 1/3 of good relief innings yesterday and gave Roger State 3 1/3 today in relief of the starter Zakar. Surrendered 2 hits, 1 earned run, no strikeouts, no walks. Justin Magstad came on for Roger State and pitched the 7th and 8th innings. 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout, no walks. And then Rusty Huber for the Hillcats came on and pitched the 9th to make sure the deficit didn't grow. And Hubert struck out the side for the Hillcats. That increased Rusty Huber's streak now. His last 7 outings, he has 9 innings pitched, has not given up a run, 17 strikeouts and just 1 walk. He is on some kind of a roll. That's a All-American stretch for the preseason All-American, Rusty Huber. One of the bright spots today for the Hillcats. One of the few, though, and I don't think Roger State will take any silver linings from this one. They're just going to look to get back to play as quick as they can and try to earn some wins in the Heartland Conference. More to come on the post-game show in just a moment. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
People often ask me, John, how do you do it? Still making pizzas after 30 years. Seriously, guys, it ain't rocket science. It ain't physics. It's pizza. And I love pizza.
Get any large one-topping pizza for only $10 and add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? How we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
Josh Haley back with you on the Hillcat Network. Once again, your final score from the Diamond Sports Complex. The Hillcats fall to St. Mary's 8-3 in the closeout game of a 3-game series, and Roger State drops the series 3-0 to open up Heartland Conference play on a tough note. Hillcats return to action in non-conference play this coming Tuesday here at the Diamond Sports Complex, 2 o'clock first pitch against Bemidji State, as the Hillcats will have coverage for us here on the Hillcat Network as always. And Rogers State will resume conference play 1 week from today down in Laredo, Texas, to take on Texas A&M International. Now the Hillcats in this game fall 8-3, being out hit 14-4. Your final hitting totals in this game: 1 of 5 was Brian Ramirez. James Gillian 3 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. Donnie Perez 2 of 5 with an RBI. Jack Kaiser 3 of 5 and 2 runs scored. Jacob Aguilar 1 for 3 with a run scored. Bo Barnes was 1 for 3 with 2 runs driven in. Scott Short 0 for 1, who replaced Barnes, the catcher. Bryce Brandel 1 of 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Zach Johnson 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. And Jacob Arevalo 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored and walked once. 14 of 37 as a team was St. Mary's, while Rogers State finished 4 of 30 at the plate. Hillcats drew 5 walks. St. Mary's drew just 1. Individually for Rogers State, Matt Subert 0 for 4 with an RBI. Sam Davison 0 for 3. Bradley Degnan and Chris Miguel both go 1 for 3 with an RBI. Miguel also had a walk. Jason Marley and Ishmael Orozco finish 0 for 4. Derek Brumble 1 for 3 with a walk. Jordan Garr 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored. Travis Pete 0 for 1. Sam Castanelli 1 for 3 with 2 runs and a walk. Hillcats out hit 14-4. No errors committed in this game as Rogers State falls to St. Mary's 8-3. Well, the scoring got going early for St. Mary's, just as it did in every game in this series. Rattlers got a first inning run after James Gillian's 1-out single. He came around to score all the way from first base on Donnie Perez's double to give the Rattlers a 1-0 lead. In the second, St. Mary's would tack on 2 more. First 2 batters of the inning were retired. Then Zach Johnson with a base hit. Jacob Arevalo walked. And both were brought in to score by Brian Ramirez on a 2 RBI double. Made it a 3-0 advantage for St. Mary's, who would get 3 more in the third. Leadoff hit by Donnie Perez. Jack Kaiser and Jacob Aguilar followed with hits. Bo Barnes then with a sacrifice fly to right field to drive in Jack Kaiser. And a double to drive in a run for Bryce Brandel. Zach Johnson followed with an RBI base hit, and that forced the Hillcats to go to their bullpen. That was in the third inning with 2 outs. Josh Eklevea then came on for the Hillcats. Rogers State would get 2 runs in the third inning. Infield single by Derek Brumble. Then Jordan Garr reached on a fielder's choice that retired Brumble. Sam Castanelli followed with a base hit. Matt Subert with a sacrifice fly to drive in the first Hillcat run as Jordan Garr scored. And then scoring on a walk with the bases loaded, Sam Castanelli, as Miguel took the walk to drive in the run. Bases still loaded with 2 outs, but the freshman Mason Minister was able to get a strikeout to end the threat after he had walked, hit a batter, and walked 3 consecutive to drive in that run for Rogers State. A 2-run third for the Hillcats. Another run in the 6th for St. Mary's. A 1-out hit by pitch for Jacob Arevalo, and he came in to score on an RBI double by James Gillian. In the top of the 7th, Rattlers would tack on their 8th and final run. Leadoff single for Jack Kaiser. He advanced to second on a sac bunt, third on a wild pitch, and scored on a base hit off the bat of Bo Barnes. Rogers State would score 1 in the bottom of the 7th as Sam Castanelli led off with a walk. He would steal second and third base before scoring on a 2-out base hit by Bradley Degnan, who had his team leading 26th RBI of the season, and that would close out the scoring. Rogers State falls to St. Mary's 8-3 and out hit 14-4 in the closeout of this series. The loss drops the Hillcats to 13-8 on the year, while the win for St. Mary's improves them to 9-11 on the season. As we look in the Heartland Conference scoreboard today, St. Edwards closed out a series sweep over Newman 3-0. Arkansas Fort Smith did the same to Texas A&M International, and Lubbock Christian defeated Oklahoma Christian. That series finishes 2-1 in favor of Lubbock Christian. As we bring in the head coach, Chris Klimas, and coach coming out today, very similar story with St. Mary's. They just had early run support and found himself playing from behind.
Yeah, it's tough to do. And, you know, the whole series, you know, our starting pitching put us in a hole. And when you do that and you're having to chase runs with the wind blowing in, you know, it's a different story if the wind's blowing out and it's a, you know, warm day and it's going to be a high-scoring day. When you're playing here where the air's heavy and the wind's blowing in, and you're chasing 4 runs after 2 innings, it's going to be tough sledding. It's going to take something special happening to find a way to win. And we were just put in a bind both games, and then I think we've just got out of sorts offensively, tried to do too much, and you're kind of at the pitcher's disposal at that point. And I think that's kind of what happened to us offensively. We just never got anything going.
As the game went on, Coach, and we saw your team get into the bullpen just a little bit, of course, in that first game, the final batter, but a little bit more in the closeout game of this series after Mason Minister went 6 innings. Did things seem to get any different from a hitting standpoint once you were into the bullpen?
No, not really. We had a couple of opportunities and just didn't get the big hit. Where I thought if we would have got a big hit, I think we had it at 6-2, had the bases loaded with 2 outs, and when you don't get the hit there, because in a game like that, when you're down 4 runs, it feels like about 10 runs because it's so difficult to score. And we should have been better equipped than them to handle the wind blowing in because we practice and we play here every day. And give them a lot of credit. They came in and they outplayed us. They handled the conditions a whole lot better than we did. They drove the down angle. I don't know. They just got after us. We just got our butts kicked for 3 games, basically, is what it amounts to.
Well, as you look over this series, is this one you try to get the players to get out of their minds as quick as possible, or do you dwell on this a little bit and say, let's not go out there again like that, and you try to make them have like a revenge factor to themselves?
Well, this is probably the first bit of extended adversity that we've seen. We've had, because up until this point, the losses that we've had have all been, 1, 2, 3 run losses, and this is probably the first time that we've really just taken it in the teeth. So, it's a gut check moment for us. We'll find out a lot about our team and how we respond and all that, because, we're going to be going into Tuesday's game, like we are all midweek games, a little bit light on the pitching side. We're going to have to piece it together. And then probably the toughest test as far as travel goes in the conference, loading up a bus, riding, 13, 14 hours down to Laredo, practicing, waking up in the morning and trying to go down there and battle them. And the ball flies out there, and they're going to be wired. It's their first home conference series. So it's going to be a tall challenge for us, and especially coming off this, you got to find a way to flush it, just get yourself refocused and take care of the games in front of you, because if you start worrying about things that have happened in the past or whatever, you find yourself not focused on the task at hand.
Coach, I always say it, but I always mean it. Thanks for your time, as always, after the games, and look forward to seeing you Tuesday.
All right, appreciate it.
That's the head coach, Chris Klimas. We'll wrap it up when we return. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore supports the broadcast of RSU Hillcat Athletics. The Hammett House offers a variety of entrees, including country fried steak, lamb and turkey fries, Pamper fried chicken, and a daily selection of homemade pies. Located next to the Will Rogers Memorial in Claremore, just down the hill from RSU. Online at thehammetthouse.com. The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore, a proud supporter of the RSU Hillcats.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
Once again, your final score from the Diamond Sports Complex. Rogers State falls to St. Mary's 8-3, thanks to the head coach, Chris Klimas, always joining us after the series and games are over. No matter what, the Hillcats, as you heard him mention, they'll come back here home Tuesday for a non-conference game, Bemidji State, and the Hillcats will look to build a little bit of momentum before they hit the road for their first conference road series of the year. 1 week from today, that will get underway, as the Hillcats will play down in Laredo, Texas, Texas A&M International, a doubleheader on Friday, March 17th, 3 o'clock first pitch, and they'll close it out on Saturday with a 1 o'clock first pitch. Well, for the Hillcats, again in this game, out hit 14-4 by St. Mary's. They fall yesterday in game 1 of this series, final of 6-3, 5-2 today in game 1 of the doubleheader, and then 8-3 here to close out this series. Rogers State now 13-8 on the year, 0-3 in conference. St. Mary's 9-11, 3-0 in Heartland Conference play. St. Edward's also swept a conference series to open up the season. They were playing in Wichita, Kansas against Newman, and St. Edward's the preseason favorite, and for good reason. They've won the last 3 regular season and conference tournament titles, so they start out the year 3-0, as does St. Mary's. And joining them at the top, Arkansas Fort Smith, who swept Texas A&M International 3-0. The only one that was a split, Lubbock Christian, who was picked to finish second in the preseason poll, playing at Oklahoma Christian, who was picked 4th. Lubbock Christian and OC split yesterday, and then LCU wins the rubber match today 6-2. So you have 3 teams at 3-0, St. Ed's, St. Mary's, and Arkansas Fort Smith. Lubbock Christian at 2-1, Oklahoma Christian at 1-2, and then at 0-0, Oklahoma Panhandle State, who had the idle weekend as the odd team out in the 9-team conference. Rogers State, Newman, and Tammy U all sitting at 0-3 in the conference. Well, we'll have coverage for you here on the Hillcat Network of Tuesday's game against Bemidji State, 2 o'clock first pitch here in Claremore. Thanks for joining us today, and hopefully if you were with us throughout the series as well, we appreciate that as always. To the Hillcat fans everywhere, I know we've got you all over the country, so thanks for joining us, and we look forward to having you back on Tuesday. Until then, for all of us here on the Hillcat Network, our cameraman Ricky, our producer Marcus, I'm Josh Haley saying good night from the Diamond Sports Complex.